Hello friends, my name is Hamid. Today I have this Kitchenaid fridge. The customer's complaint is that the fridge port is not working but the freezer is working. I'm not showing you how to go through diagnostic and find the problem. On this video I'm only going to show you how to replace this damper motor. They call it damper motor, they call it flapper, they call it airway device. So the port number for this port is WPW10594329 and the model number of this fridge is KFCS22EVMS7. I will also show you where the model number is. So here's the port number, the way the port looks. Damper motor or flapper, they call it control. I have no clue why they call it control, but I'll show you the model number on this fridge. So when you open the fridge door, the model number is located right here. That damper motor or controller that I'm replacing is located right here. So to replace this, we're gonna put our fingers straight like this here and pull on it. See these? This tab and this tab gets open and you see this damper motor. The reason I'm replacing this, because when I go to this customer house to see what's causing this issue, the first thing I check is the defrost problem here. If my customer's complaint is that the fridge compartment is not working but the freezer is okay, the first thing I check is I open the door, I look at the back right there to see if I have frost buildup. If I don't have frost buildup, that tells me that I do not have defrost issue. Most likely I'm gonna have problem from this part. So this part could be the problem, or there is a cooling fan. The cooling fan shoots air from the freezer into the fridge, and then this damper motor opens and closes to maintain its temperature. So if this damper motor gets stuck closed, because over time the gears are stripping inside, this motor has a small gears. When they stripped, what's happening is that this does not stay open or does not stay closed. So the customer can have two kind of different problems here. One, the customer's complaint would be it's freezing food in here. Freezer is okay, but it's freezing food inside of the fridge. So that way it can also be the problem. Or freezer is working okay, but the fridge is not maintaining its temperature. This is the problem. And to find out and go through some testing points in diagnostic, you can always go through diagnostic and open this and close it. That means you're sending power from the control board. The control board on this unit is located at the back. This is the display board. So when you go through the diagnostic, you're sending power to this. It opens it and closes it. If you open it from diagnostic here, manually you open it through diagnostic and it stays open, it's good. If you close it again through diagnostic, it closes again and it stays closed, that means this is not the problem. Our problem is the control board located at the back of the unit. But when I got here, I did not have to go through diagnostic or do anything. What I did was I removed this and opened it, and I saw this door was stuck closed. So I kind of helped it. Oh, before I do that, sorry, I didn't do anything here. I only removed this, and what I did was I turned it off. So by pressing and holding this button, see how that it got closed? It stays closed. And now when you turn it on, it should open. So when I did that, I could hear a little bit of noise, but it was not opening. So it has its own mind. What happens is when the gears are stripped on inside of this little motor, this also has a communication cable that communicates with the main control board that it's open or closed. If the gears are stripped, the communication cable does not communicate with the main control board, and then it has its own mind. It may stay closed, it may stay open, it will have its own mind. So to fix this, you just have to replace it. It's there's two Phillips 12 bit. We're going to remove these two. Okay, this is the Phillips 12 bit, the way it looks. You remove this one screw counterclockwise. And then this part comes out with the foam. See, just keep it on the side here. To do this, we have to turn off the power just to be on the safe side. So the customer is going down the stairs to turn off the power, and then once the power is off, we're going to start working on it there. Hamid Appliances. Hi. Okay. Okay. So here, thank you so much.
Is it back on?
Yeah, it's on. If you get closer.
Oh, yeah, I will, yeah. Right
Yeah,
there,
that's
good.
good. Thank you.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get a little bit closer here. So if you look here, we need a tiny flat screwdriver that we're gonna press in here, push it, and then pry it. It's very easy. So the way I did it is I'm gonna show you. You push on it here, and then pry it, and then it gets disconnected from there. So make sure you hold it in a straight position. The way that one is, you're gonna hold this at the same position. And then from here, we have one tab here. See this tab, one here, another tab on the right hand side. And let me see if you get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So if you press on this tab, at the same time you can, okay, so press on the tab at the same time you can pull this flapper out. So you may need two screwdrivers, or you can always use one screwdriver, and then hold it from one side, it's out, and then now we're going to do from other side. Here. Do not push on these tabs too much. You're only pushing it towards the right hand side on this one left hand side, so you will get this damper motor flapper out, and then reinstall the new one. To reinstall the new one, you're going to put the bottom port first right here. So you're kind of holding it in a 45-degree angle like this, not a straight, 45-degree angle. Drop it down, push on it, and then push on it so those tabs will get aligned and sit. It's gonna make a clicking noise too. See that? From other side, it's still not in, so you're gonna have to put your hand on the motor and on the base of this part. So you're actually holding your fingers here and right here. Push on it like that. Here. And now you can replug it back in here. Of course, the power is off. And then this foam goes back in here. Remember, the way the foam is, you're gonna install it in a way where this cable gets stuck right here or gets hidden here. Hold it straight, and now you can add your Phillips screws back in. Remember, when you add your screws back in, you do not want to go full force, because it goes into the plastic. You're gonna strip the plastic. So just be gentle, go slow. Good. If you don't know how to control the drill, please use a Phillips hand screwdriver. So now we're going to turn it back on. Thank you. So do not put this cover back in until your customer turns on the power, and then you have to see if the flapper is opening and closing without any problem. The other symptoms that when these flapper, when they go bad over time, before they even die or completely break or get this kind of problem and symptoms, you will hear a little bit of loud noise at first. See, it's not even making noise when it opens and closes. You hear that? I did not hear any kind of cracking noise. So one symptom would be that this will make cracking noise when it opens and closes. If you suspect this is the problem and it's making noise, just go for it and replace it. This part is cheaper compared to a brand new control board. So this is good. And you see these tabs? You insert those tabs first. See, it stays open. And then from the bottom you have to push on it. Of course, it seems okay now. So the unit is good now. It's running perfectly fine. And if the unit was not cooling, if the fridge compartment was not cooling, and now you install this flapper or damper motor, of course, the customer may ask you how long it's going to take before it maintains temperature. You can just tell them it takes up to 24 hours. It doesn't really take 24 hours. Just to be on the safe side, you tell the customer it can take up to 24 hours in order to maintain its temperature. Otherwise, I would say in general, it can take up to 7-8 hours and the temperature will look perfectly fine here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos and share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook and on TikTok, Hamid Appliances Repair. Thank you. And thank you for the customer who's helping me on these videos all the time. Last time I made a video at the same house with him, I did not even have the phone stabilizer, but he was so kind. He was holding my phone and I was making, yeah.
One thing I was going to mention, we did hear a ticking noise the last month.
Okay.
When we opened the fridge. So I think the motor was already having problems.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.